Before you say na lie, calm down first because dis gist don pass ordinary celebrity scandal. A saga that leaves Nigerians with more questions than answers. Is this a case of a celebrity being unfairly targeted or a mother fighting to prove her child's identity against power and influence? Is science being ignored or is it being questioned because trust is broken? One thing is certain, social media is no longer just a place for entertainment. It has become a courtroom where opinions travels faster than evidence. And once a child's name enters that space, the damage can last a lifetime. Hello beautiful family and welcome back to Gist Angle. If you are joining us for the first time, please hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you always get our updates. The Davido DNA saga is one story Nigerians have tried to forget many times, but it keeps coming back. Just when it seems buried, it rises again, louder, messier, and more emotional. The Davido DNA saga is one controversy that refuses to die, not because of gossip blogs alone, but because of the serious claims, strong deniers, and the child at the center of it all. This time around, it didn't come back as rumor. It came back with faces, with voices, with accusations spoken directly to the camera. A woman and her child stepped out publicly, boldly claiming that Nigerian music superstar Davido is the biological father of her child and that he has refused to accept responsibility or submit to a DNA test to confirm the truth. That single claim was enough to set social media on fire. But Davido's response shocked many people, not because he denied it, but because of how far he went to shut it down. According to Davido, there is no DNA issue. None. He stated clearly that he has already conducted 5 DNA tests, and according to him, every single one came back negative. 5 tests, same result. He insists that there is no biological link between him and the child being presented online. Davido didn't stop there. He said something even stronger, that he has never met the woman in question in his entire life. No club meeting, no hotel encounter, no private relationship, nothing. According to him, the story being pushed online is false from the foundation. In Davido's words, what is happening is propaganda, a deliberate attempt to drag his name, damage his image, and force a narrative that does not exist. And for the first time, he openly warned that if the campaign continues, he would take legal action, including having the woman arrested for spreading false information and defamation. For many people, that should have been the end of the matter. But it wasn't. Instead of backing down, the woman came out again, this time with her own detailed version of events. And this is where the story becomes complicated. According to the woman, she was not an Olosho. She claims she was working as a waitress at the time everything allegedly happened. In her telling, Davido supposedly believed he had picked up an Olosho from the club, but she insists that assumption was wrong. She says an encounter happened, pregnancy followed, and that since then, she has been seeking only one thing, a DNA test to establish the truth. She insists she's not chasing clout, not looking for fame, and not trying to blackmail anyone. According to her, she tried for years to resolve the matter quietly, but when she felt ignored, she decided to go public so her child would not be erased or dismissed. That explanation changed the tone of the conversation completely. Suddenly, Nigerians were no longer just gossiping. They were choosing sides. On one side are Davido's supporters, and they are very vocal. They point to Davido's past and ask a simple question. Is this a man who hides his children? Davido has other children, and he has never denied them. He has acknowledged them publicly, taken responsibility, and ensured they are part of his life. For his supporters, that history matters. They argue that it makes no sense that Davido would suddenly deny one child if there were even the slightest chance the child was his. They also emphasize Davido's latest and perhaps strongest argument: family. Davido reportedly said something that struck a deep chord with many Nigerians. The Adeleke family does not joke with blood. In simple terms, they don't throw away their own. They don't abandon children. According to Davido, if there were even 1% chance that the child was his, he would have done everything possible to bring that child home. For his supporters, that statement is powerful. They argue that accusing Davido of abandoning his own blood is not just an attack on him, but on the values and name of the Adeleke family. They say it contradicts everything Davido's life has shown so far. But critics were not convinced. They turned the argument around. They asked, if Davido is so sure, why not do one final DNA test under full public transparency and end the matter once and for all? Why threaten arrest instead of allowing an independent verified test that everyone can trust? That question divided opinions sharply. Then another, more uncomfortable question entered the conversation, and this one refused to go away. Some people started asking, if Davido were a poor man, no fame, no money, no influence, would this woman still be dragging this issue after 5 DNA tests allegedly came out negative? Would the story still have this kind of energy if there was nothing to gain financially or socially? Davido's supporters say this question matters because it speaks to motive. They argue that celebrity status changes everything: attention, pressure, sympathy, and potential payoff. To them, the persistence of the claim suggests that the spotlight itself is part of the foil, but others strongly disagree. They argue that truth does not depend on a mass bank account. They say wealth and influence can silence ordinary people, especially women, and that going public is sometimes the only way to be heard. From that angle, they believe the woman's persistence is proof of conviction, not opportunism, and so the saga remains stuck between two immovable positions. Davido says he has never met the woman. He has done 5 DNA tests. His family does not abandon children, and he will take legal action if the propaganda continues. The woman says she knows what happened. She knows who her child's father is. She is not an Olosho, and she will not be silenced without DNA confirmation. At this point, the issue has grown beyond DNA alone. It has become a broader debate about celebrity power, public trials on social media, privacy, accountability, and how personal disputes turn into national conversations in Nigeria. One thing is clear: social media has become both judge and jury, and once a story enters that space, facts and emotions collide in unpredictable ways. What also cannot be ignored is the child at the center of it all. Many Nigerians say, regardless of who is right or wrong, the child should not become a weapon in an adult battle. Others argue that bringing the child forward is the only way to humanize the issue and force accountability. Either way, the child is already growing up under a cloud of controversy they did not choose. Until this matter is conclusively resolved, either through court proceedings or a universally accepted independent DNA process, it will continue to resurface. It may go quiet for months, even years, but it will always come back, especially in a country where celebrity stories never truly die. For now, Nigerians are left to argue, debate, choose sides, and wait, because in the end, only one thing can finally bury this saga: clear, undeniable proof. So the question remains, should this matter stay on the internet, or should it move completely to the courts where facts, not emotions, decide the outcome? What do you think? If Davido has truly done 5 DNA tests, should that end the conversation? Or should there be one final transparent test to silence all doubts? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
It's just Angle.